What's up out there? We are back with the final day of Blast from the Past, and this has been a very fun event. So I just checked my Righteous Fire character from the Ancestor League, and I was running 195,000 damage on Righteous Fire, which I'm down to 123 on this one. So kind of close and in the same ballpark in some ways. And then I have 60-some thousand, 63,000 armor. I've got 58,000 armor here. So kind of close to it. And I actually got all the way up into tier 16 maps. I got Silo done and Spider Forest done, but I didn't get the Infested Valley. I've got an Infested Valley, but it's a really nasty one that you can't regen life on. I don't think I saw a channel one. So I've got 92 out of 115. I guess I can take my, let's see here. Does that do it? Yeah, there we go. I also got a Void Stone. So I was trying to go for level 90. I wanted to end up today at level 90 because I think it's every 10 levels you get a new roll for one of the cosmetics or whatever. And I did get a cosmetic from the Crangled event. I can't remember which one it was. It was like a footstep one or something. Nothing spectacular. Probably doesn't make much of a difference. And, oh, it was this pure light footprint. So that I ended up getting that from that Crangled event, but I wanted to try to get another roll into this. And I spent most of the evening tonight just getting level 89 up to here. I got over to say 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 or 5 of these tick marks down at the bottom. And then I died and I was like, dude, there's just no way I can get this done. I spent, I don't know, hour and a half, 2.5 hours, something like that. Hour and a half, 2 hours, somewhere in there, trying just to get level 89. And I died once along the way in that. So it was a brutal climb. But ultimately, I can't get to 90. I don't have the time tonight. I'm recording this when I should be going to bed. But got all that done. And what I did get done was I got the Searing Exarch Beak. When I decided when I figured out that I wasn't going to get level 90, I thought the hell with it. I had the Incandescent Invitation. I went and fought him, and I got him all the way down to like 1/10 or something like that, and I hadn't died. Everything was cool. And then I got killed once, and then I got killed like 2 or 3 more times real quick. I like spawned in and he was doing the rolling ball stuff, and I got hit with that, or I got hit with the big AoE that he drops. I can't remember. I got hit with something like right when I spawned in. I'm like, well, that sucks. So I died 3 or 4 times fighting him for stupid reasons. But I ended up beating him, and like I showed, we've gone fairly deep into the mapping portion of it. I'm doing fairly well. I have no issues running red maps. The one issue that I do have is the map. I think it's the infestation map, or is it Spider Forest, or is it the infested one? Might be Infested Valley. It's the one with the big plant thing that just spews poison everywhere. I have a difficult time fighting that one, and it just kicks my ass. So I wasn't doing enough damage, so I couldn't get through it. And I think I was trying to save level. I don't remember, but I couldn't get through that one. That's the one that really gives me a lot of trouble. So at any rate, I did get a couple of changes. So for one, I did level up. I had 2 gems in here that I was trying to level up and get to 20%, or get to level 20, and then get the 20% quality on them. I did that. I put it on a Void Scepter, so I got my +1 all fire skill that you get. There's a vendor trade for that. I got that. I was working up this thing here, but the damage on it, for whatever reason, even with that +1, the damage was not better than what this is. This has only got 95% increased fire damage, but somehow this was still better than the other scepter with the +1 to all fire spell skill gems, or whatever it's called. So I couldn't get that one better. So I thought, all right, I'm going to try an annulment. And of course the annulment pulled off the one thing that I needed, which is that +1 to all the fire spell skill gem. So I ended up breaking that thing anyway. So I'm still using the same scepter, but I had this helmet yesterday. I did get my armor in here. I got my glorious plate. That's why I'm up at so much armor, is I got this thing in here. It is not the way it's supposed to be. The other piece of armor that I had I do have it still handy over here. So the other piece of armor I had is this one, and it's got 3 blue sockets, a green, and a red. So the only thing it was missing was like the whatever the last red one you need. I think there was a third red one, but the problem is, or a second red one, I should say. I think I needed this link to make it the full DPS of it. But I couldn't get this thing. I had a hell of a time getting this thing socketed, getting the right colors, and I had to go chase down a bunch of these chromatic orbs and stuff like that. Like, I had a real effort to make this thing work, but I could not get 3 blues. So I settled for 2 blues, and then I put the burning damage back in. I also went ahead and, let's see here, I qualityed up. Let's see, life tap is at plus 20 quality, righteous fire is plus 20 quality, burning damage is at plus 20, elemental focus is, I think fire trap is, no, I did not, I ran out of those gem cutter things. I did several of these, determination, molten shell, purity elements. I probably should have focused on fire trap first, but these are all level 20, so I could upgrade them if I wanted. And I don't think I've really changed much of the implicits on this. I know the 2 implicits on here suck, but I do have currency now. So this has got wrath and something about golems, which obviously I'm not running, but I suppose I could just go ahead and try and see this. Non-cursor from skills and 7% increased life recovery rate. So that's cool. So what's our life recovery now? 2264. So I also swapped out my shield. You'll notice that I have a Dawnbreaker. That's because when I killed the Searing Exarch, he popped that thing off. I was like, hell yeah. So I incorporated this thing in. The other shield that I had was this shield here. And this actually, it has 12% to all elemental resistances, so I did lose a little bit of fire resist. That's why I'm down to 128. I think it was at like 147 or something. So I did drop a little bit there. But these I swapped out today, and this one, this has only got 240 armor compared to 1518. So that really bumped that up quite a bit. So all told, this is a very solid build. And I guess we can go run something real quick here. Let me go drop this off, pick a map. What do we have? I can't run this silo map because it's got 60% less recovery rate. So that sucked. Let's see, there's another. Ooh. I could run this one. Let's see how this one goes. Harbingers, so there shouldn't be anything too bad on here. But, all in all, I wished I could hit 90. I really wished I could have hit level 90. That would have been really cool. Is what it is. I'm a little bummed about it. I guess I should have spent more time trying to level, but I don't know. I have definitely met and probably well exceeded my expectations for how this build should have went. Because I really never thought about killing the Exarch. I didn't even know that I was going to get into the red maps. And there's my first awakened sectant on this character. I've got a ton of, there's an ember. I've got a ton of essence to take into standard mode. And I think I'm just going to go ahead tomorrow and, well, I don't know if I'll have time to do it before, but I noticed you can actually move your character over ahead of time. And I might try to, I don't know if I'll get off making this video and do that or not. I may just wait until tomorrow. I may just wait for it to move on its own. But you can actually move your character over to standard. Oh shit, I got stuck, couldn't move. But I think I'm gonna do that. I'll move it over, and it goes over to SSF. I'm gonna move it over to just regular standard mode. And then I'll have all my currency. What I was driving at is that there's an option to, I think it lets you transfer your Atlas tree and everything. And this is kind of an extension of, I'm gonna drop a portal here. This is kind of an extension of the Crucible League for me. Because when I started Crucible League, I got my Righteous Fire all the way up to the very end of it. I got into mapping. And I don't remember where I got. Don't die again. Don't die again. Don't die again. Ah, Jesus, got to the same spot. So anyway, I got to the end of Crucible League, and the league just ran out before I really got into it. So I didn't really get into the end game very much. And the DIY characters that I had in move my portal here, so I don't have to go back so far. But the DIY characters that I had in the standard league that I started with, oh Jesus, these things are hitting hard. I'm getting stuck where I can't move. Make sure stuff dies before I continue on. Oh yeah, and hit hard. All right, get some of this stuff killed off so I can go through here. But I didn't really get much of a chance to get anything on. So I don't have much in my standard account right now that is from any of the leagues because I haven't had enough of a league, you know what I mean? Like I haven't had enough of a league to collect anything there. So I don't have a way of, I don't know, if I wanted to go and check anything or test anything out. Like I don't even have any of the league mechanics set up. I don't have any of the currency. Like there's so many things missing. So with this, I think it's kind of cool because now I do have all that or I will have all that when I transfer that character over. And I think it also keeps your Atlas tree. So I don't have an Atlas tree built up in my current standard mode. Not that I play standard all that much. I plan on playing the league all the time, but it is nice to have a stack of currency and to be able to go and do some testing. Like should I want to test something out, I can, you know what I mean? So I think that's going to be kind of cool. All right, let's see if we can do this. Which boss is this? So I'm looking forward to that. Oh yeah, this guy that goes away. I hate these bosses that just kind of disappear. But yeah, I am totally looking forward to being able to, I don't know, whatever I'm going to do with this. So there we go. That one's done. Was that a tier? No, that wasn't tier 16. I don't remember where that one was. Oh, that was this one over here. So my Atlas tree ended up looking like this. I came up the middle for both Essence and this Strongbox section here. I branched out to the Kirok stuff on both sides and the mapping section on both sides eventually. I took the Essence stuff first, which I don't regret doing. I like how that turned out. And I think I'm going to do the same thing. I haven't ran out of maps yet. I haven't ran into a point where I wasn't getting maps. And in fact, if I kept pushing stuff, I kept getting more, so it wasn't a big deal. But as I got through once I got all the Essence stuff allocated, I went and allocated the Kirok stuff and then the mapping portion here. Then I came in and started going around this ring. I came up to this mapping node up here, and I started working over towards this sextant part over here because these drop additional map currency and stuff like that from the boss, a chance to do that. So I kind of like this progression, and they just told us that in, December 8th, we're going to get the new league. So this is probably going to be a blueprint for how I approach the next league because I liked this. I have a massive stack of Essence in here. Let me drop all this stuff off real quick here. And if I go to my Essence tab, where is it? Up here. Like I got a decent stack of Essence and there's plenty of upgrades to all this. The one thing I did not get, because you need, now I'm doing this as SSF, so I need for Pox's guide, I need the horror Essence, and I think it's one of these three that I don't have. And I think I discovered that I probably need to be using these Remnants of Corruption, and I did not use those until later on. But I think I should have been using those all along, and I might have got these in there. I don't remember where I got these Essence of Hysteria, but at any rate, I've got everything but horror, but these three. But I need the horror one for one of I think it's the chest piece or whatever. But then I got this massive drop, which this thing's got 107 to max life, regen 119 per second, and 2,591 armor by the time you quality it all up. So like this is a kick-ass piece of armor and I didn't have to craft it. I just found it. I lucked into it. And it just worked out really well. Now on my current league character on the Ancestor League, I've got the Dawnbreaker, but I haven't been able to incorporate it into that build because I need the other resistances and stuff. But here I've got plenty of resistances. And I have no issues putting the Dawnbreaker on, but I don't have the brass dome on this side, and I don't have the Daedrus ring, which the Daedrus ring would, drop off lightning resist and fire resist and more lightning. There's like 50% lightning resist right there. It's kind of interesting how you can have certain uniques. Like I kind of get the feeling you don't want to have all uniques because you'll lose out on the ability to craft stuff in or, modify things to get in there. But like the belt, the shield, and the amulet I've got picks up things. Like I definitely need this belt. This amulet gives me 33 to all attributes. And I can't remember what I put on here. One of these, I thought... Oh, these gloves, they give me 48 to dexterity. So that more than made this. So now I can upgrade all of these 108 dex to get to that. So I've got 135 dex. So once this hits level 20, I won't have to worry about dex. Like that's a problem with my other build because I don't have something that gives this amount of dexterity in one shot. So that was the other reason I put these gloves on. Plus they have this regenerate 93 life per second. I was like, dude, I can't, the amount of life this thing regens plus the dexterity it adds, it was just too much to pass up. So I've got 2265 life regen. I'm not saying this is a better build than what I've got going in the Ancestor League, but this one feels much better. Like I'm way deep into these red maps. You just saw I ran this one over here. I died a little bit, but I had a lot less issues with this build the way it is. So I'm assuming I'm doing the right things and making things work well. Anyway, if I didn't mention it, I have 93 out of 115 of these things, and I did get my Void Stone. Point all that out while we're on the way out. But that is going to have to do it for this one. Unfortunately, I have to work tomorrow, so I can't do any more. I would love to hit 90. But it's just not going to be in the cards. I don't foresee myself waking up early enough in the morning to start and be able to play enough before it's done. Because I think the next little league that they've got starts at like 4 o'clock my time in the afternoon. So I don't have enough time. So like I said, I think I'll probably transfer this character off and see how that goes. Make sure it takes the Atlas tree over, and then I can look at tinkering with this, and I don't know that I'll continue with it. I've got some things I want to do with my regular league character, and then there's several videos that I want to do because we've got this new league coming up. So I've got some ideas and things. So I don't know that I'll get back to this one, but I'm very pleased with the way it turned out. I loved this. I know life the hell out of this week here, and I've gotten way farther than I thought I would get, and it just had a good time. So anyway, that will do it for this video. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.